In today's video, we are comparing the DT Watch 11 Pro and the H16 Pro. We'll see which one has more benefits for you and is a better option for you to purchase. But before we start, if you are new to the channel, a subscribe would be highly appreciated, and make sure you turn on the notifications so you do not miss out on the upcoming videos. Let's start from the box. In the DT Watch 11 Pro, you will get the smartwatch, silicone straps, then sports silicone straps, and a 4-pin charger which can also be used to connect it with the PC and transfer files. On the other hand, in the H16 Pro's box, we get the smartwatch, silicone straps, and a wireless charger which cannot be used to connect it with the PC. So in the box section, the DT Watch 11 Pro takes the win. Moving forward, the body takes the inspiration from the Apple Watch Series 10 or 11. The DT Watch 11 Pro comes in a frosted frame, while the H16 Pro is available in a glossy frame. I prefer the frosted frame because the glossy frame attracts a lot of fingerprints as well as scratches, and as you can notice, the matte frame looks really neat. The size of both of them is same as the Apple Watch Series 11, because of which if you use the Apple Watch accessories, they will perfectly fit them. The strap locks are also functional and you can easily press the button and remove the straps, and the smartwatches are also compatible with the Apple Watch straps. Do remember, both of them are not waterproof and shouldn't be used directly in water, although they can handle the water splashes from the hand washing and light rain. Then on the top of both of them, we get an AMOLED display. The colors are really nice in both of them, although I'm not saying that they are bad in the H16 Pro, but I think that the DT Watch 11 Pro's colors are slightly better than the H16 Pro. The scrolling is better in the DT Watch 11 Pro. If you go to the list view on both of them, you can notice that it is better on the DT Watch 11 Pro and also smoother. Even if you check out the transitions, even though it has this slight transition, but you can see that it's still quite sluggish. On the other hand, if you try out the DT Watch 11 Pro, you can see that even with a different transition, it looks better. Now let's go back to the home screen and go to the control center and access the torch application. Talking about the display size, to me it looks similar on both of them. The display size, the bezel size, everything looks similar, and both of them are really bright, and using them in the daylight won't be an issue. Taking advantage of the AMOLED display, both of them also support the always on display option. The screen of dials can stay on for the whole day or until the battery runs out. In the DT Watch 11 Pro, you can also schedule the always on display, and not just that, you can also select its time if you want it to stay always or for 20 minutes. Then we get 7 always on display styles in the DT Watch 11 Pro. On the other hand, if we talk about the H16 Pro, you cannot schedule the always on display on it. You can either turn it on or off, and we only get 2 always on display styles, the pointer clock and the digital clock. And talking about the normal screen time, on the DT Watch 11 Pro we have the timeout off option, and in the H16 Pro we have the always on display option. It's kind of similar on both of them, although on the DT Watch 11 Pro it means the display won't go off until you manually decide to turn it off. The raise to wake gesture will be disabled, and you can manually turn off the display by using the palm gesture. On the other hand, the always on display option on the H16 Pro means the display won't go off no matter what you do. If you use the raise to wake or the palm gesture, it's going to dim the display instead of turning it off. On this watch face, if you use the palm gesture or the raise to wake option, instead of turning off the display, it will show this always on display like the Apple Watch, meaning the display is not turned off, but it is using a night mode or an always on display option according to this watch face. For example, if I go ahead and change the color here, then it's going to show the clock colors according to the color combination of this watch face. Both of them have the palm gesture and the raise to wake option. The DT Watch 11 Pro supports the double tap gesture to wake up the display, but on the H16 Pro it only works for 5 seconds. For example, when the display goes off, you can tap here to wake up the display, but if more than 5 seconds have passed by, then the tap to wake option will stop working. When talking about the system UI, both of them are designed differently. The DT Watch 11 Pro takes the inspiration from the watchOS theme, while the H16 Pro tries to make the UI look similar to the Apple Watch. We get the widgets page on both of them. Then we have the notification center. To that, you can access the control center by clicking the side key, and by double clicking the crown key you can access the app history. Then we have the vertical cellular menu style, and if you go all the way down, you can access the list view. Overall, I actually prefer the UI in the DT Watch 11 Pro. The H16 Pro is missing basic options in many places. For example, if you access the app history, you can see that a lot of the applications do not have any UI inside, while in the DT Watch 11 Pro, you will find the UI in all of the cards shown here. Not just that, the transitions are really bad in the H16 Pro. It has basic slide transitions while the DT Watch 11 Pro, while the transitions look really nice on the DT Watch 11 Pro. When a new notification arrives on both of them, they show the banner prompt like this. If you go to the notification, the H16 Pro also supports some of the mainly used emojis, but it cannot scroll down. On the DT Watch 11 Pro, you can scroll down a little, but it does not support emojis here. But it does have the WhatsApp option for the normal WhatsApp, not the WhatsApp business, where you can read all of the messages. They also show emojis here, and if you go back, we have the reply button here. Although for the iPhone users, it only supports using the voice assistant to send a reply. If you move forward and talk about the watch faces, then the DT Watch 11 Pro can store a lot of watch faces. It can even store more than 50 to 60 watch faces in it. It also gets this offline dial market where you can select any watch face. For example, I'm gonna select this one and then tap here, and it's going to apply the watch face right away. You do not need network sharing or your smartphone. But the watch faces collection is not so good. It is using most of the watch faces from the older generations. The only new watch faces in it includes this one, and then we have 5 of the watch faces shown right here. And they also do not support any customization option for the watch faces like the Apple Watch. On the other hand, the H16 Pro comes with one built-in watch face, which is this one. Other than that, we have 19 watch faces which can be installed and replaced from the dial market, and one watch face from the gallery, which totals to 21 watch faces in it. The watch faces collection is really nice. It has many watch faces which look similar to the original Apple Watch, and it also supports customization option where you can change the watch face color. And not just that, it can even change the clock style as well as the complications shown on the watch face. And as I showed you earlier, my favorite option, when you use the palm gesture or the raise to wake option on this watch face, it will show you the always on display like the Apple Watch and according to the colors of the watch face. Talking about the watch faces collection, if you go to the Wear Pro application used by DT Watch 11 Pro, then in its dial market, we get a lot of watch faces, and the good thing is that it has a lot of the watchOS 26 watch faces which are just released, but the bad thing is that they're not available for free. You'll either have to activate the membership or get each of these watch faces for $1.99. If you go to the customize option, then it also supports using videos as custom watch faces. On the other hand, the Livear application used by the H16 Pro has all of the watch faces available for totally free, but the downside is that it does not get the latest watchOS 26 watch faces in it, and in order to get the latest UI and the latest watchOS 26 watch faces, you will have to purchase the H16 Pro model released by them. Its review will be live on the channel very soon, so make sure you have the notifications turned on for that. If you go to the customize watch face option, you can use digital or pointer dial on the custom watch face, but it does not support using videos as custom watch faces. Let's talk a bit about the watch applications. The Wear Pro contains ads, which is a big downside. It sometimes even shows a full screen ad, which can be a really annoying experience for the user. Then in the watch faces, they have offered a membership option to get all of the watch faces for free, which is another downside. Other than that, a good thing is that it now supports Strava as well as Apple Health synchronization. We also get the live camera option, and as I've mentioned in the full review and the HK11 Pro Max comparison, that it has the best speed compared to the H16 Pro and the HK11 Pro Max. On the other hand, the Livear application used by the H16 Pro is a lookalike of the Apple Watch application. We get all of the watch faces for totally free. It supports the customization option for the menu as well as the menu background. You can connect Apple Health with it, but it cannot connect with Strava. And if you go to the live camera option, then as I mentioned earlier, it's not so good and the speed is slower compared to the DT Watch 11 Pro. But the good thing, it does not contain ads. Both smartwatches also come with network sharing, by which you can install some applications. DT Watch 11 Pro has the App Store option, but currently it only supports these 3 applications: the language translator, WhatsApp and the Maps option. And all of these applications are working quite well. On the other hand, the smart applications given in the H16 Pro are the translation, stocks and DeepSeek. It does not have an app store to install more applications. This app center only shows the games and the other applications. These applications are useless because they are supposed to work only for the Chinese users, since it shows the response in Chinese only. Both of them also come with local storage. The DT Watch 11 Pro comes with real 4 GB of storage capacity, while on the other hand the H16 Pro comes with hardly 1 GB of storage capacity. A big plus point, the DT Watch 11 Pro can be connected to your PC as a USB device to transfer all of the files quickly, while in the H16 Pro you will have to connect with the watch application to transfer the files, which is a dead slow process, and in order to transfer a 1 to 2 megabytes of song, it takes at least 3 to 5 minutes. Thanks to the 4 GB of storage in the DT Watch 11 Pro, you can store a lot of songs, and that too quickly. You can also record sound on it. And in the end, we have the video option, although it only supports AVI file formats. On the other hand, the H16 Pro can fit in a lot of songs, but it has been a headache to transfer files in it, so I haven't been able to transfer a lot of files. Although when I had a lot of patience and tried transferring the files in the Hello Watches, I was able to transfer 50 files and it was still allowing me to add more. Other than that, you can also add a lot of pictures in it, then you can record sound in it, and in the end it has the ebooks option by which you can store TXT files in it. Since TXT files do not take a lot of space, so you can store a lot of TXT files with your pins or to-do lists. And if you are interested, both of them have the option to connect with wireless earphones, and using them you can listen to the songs stored on the smartwatch. For the pedometer and the oximeter test, I would recommend you to check out the full review linked in the description box below, in which I have performed detailed testing of the pedometer and the oximeter pre-workout as well as post-workout. And now let's talk about the utility applications. First of all, talking about weather, the high and low values are quite similar, but there is a difference in the weather right now. Although the weather condition shown on both of them is incorrect, and currently it is 9 PM here and both of them are showing sunny. Let's see what my iPhone has to say about it. It thinks that the H16 Pro server is better. Then we get the alarm clock. You can add alarms in both of them. The H16 Pro has the option to use the custom ringtones, and you can use the songs you have imported as custom ringtones. The DT Watch 11 Pro has a fixed ringtone. Let's set the alarm on both of them. So here's how the alarm is shown. It is louder and stronger in the DT Watch 11 Pro. The H16 Pro shows the snooze option here. The DT Watch 11 Pro also gives you the snooze option, but you will have to manually turn it on when setting the alarm. After that we have the timer. You can manually set the timer in both of them, and when the timer ends in the H16 Pro, it vibrates once, while on the DT Watch 11 Pro it continues to vibrate. Although I would have preferred the ring option, but still the DT Watch 11 Pro is better since it continues to vibrate. Then we have stopwatch. On both of them you can add labs. Both of them have 3 interfaces, but the H16 Pro does not allow you to go back while the stopwatch is running, while in the DT Watch 11 Pro you can go back and the stopwatch will continue to run in the background, which is a good option and a must-have thing in a sports smartwatch. Then we get the calculator. The basic functionalities in both of them are working absolutely fine, but if we talk about the percentage option, then it is only working well in the H16 Pro out of all the Apple Watch alternatives. So I'm gonna add 15% of the 25 in the original value, and here you can see that it has shown correct answer. But if I try the same in the DT Watch 11 Pro, it does not show any value, and even if it shows any value, it will show incorrect answer. In the end, if we talk about the battery life, then both of them come with a 300 mAh of battery capacity. But if I talk about the experience, then it has been better in the H16 Pro. Even during this video, the DT Watch 11 Pro lost only 4% of the battery, and the H16 Pro has lost 6% of the battery. Even if we talk about the always on display time, then the DT Watch 11 Pro has easily given me 3 to 4 days of battery life, even with the always on display turned on, while the H16 Pro hardly manages to give me 2 days of battery life, and most of the time it shuts down after 1.5 days of usage. So in the battery section, the DT Watch 11 Pro takes the win even with the same battery capacity. So guys, that's all from today's video. If I missed out anything, let me know about it in the comments below. So which one do you think has more benefits for you? In my opinion, the DT Watch 11 Pro has more storage capacity, a better battery life, then the smart applications are working better, and they do have the latest watchOS 26 watch faces, although they are not available for free, and it also supports storing video files in it. Another good thing is that it can also fit the Apple Watch accessories. On the other hand, the H16 Pro has great collection of the watch faces, although it misses out on the latest WatchOS 26 watch faces. It can also fit the Apple Watch accessories. It can fit a good amount of songs and pictures, but since the transfer process is really slow, so it can be really annoying. Overall, I think that the DT Watch 11 Pro is a better smartwatch, and I prefer the matte finish because it catches less fingerprints and less scratches. Which one would you choose? Let me know in the comments. If you would like to purchase either of them, you can find the purchase links in the description box below, and I would really appreciate if you can use them while purchasing. For the upcoming videos, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you do not miss out on the upcoming videos. I will see you in the next one.